Hey guys, what's going on? Otaku Mike here doing another manga review. Today, we are looking at an erotic manga, or something known as hentai manga. What are we looking at today? Well, we are looking at Drawn by Brush, written and drawn by Mimi50. So, I will tell you, this is the first erotic or hentai manga that I've read. I have read things that were borderline hentai, like World's End Harem, but nothing to this extent. What is Drawn by Brush? Well, Drawn by Brush, I will tell you, is about a young man in his calligraphy class. His name is Shimizu, and he is doing his calligraphy, and the teacher, who we will call Sensei, asks him to stay behind, and because she was like, your calligraphy is getting sloppy. I think you need some special lessons. Here's some of the artwork for you right here. And he was like, okay, yeah, sure, we can do special lessons, help me with my calligraphy before the contest, because they're just having a big contest and whatnot. And he's like, oh yeah, let's do this, and she's like, okay. Well, she catches him sneaking a peek at her during class, and she's like, I know you have the hots for me. I know you look at me during class. He's like, okay, yeah, sure, yeah, I do. Which leads to her basically using him as her plaything in the beginning, which is how things, start out, in this story. And then later on, it moves on to him going to a calligraphy contest, and his friend Hinata basically is like, oh, your calligraphy has gotten so much better. Like, I'm so impressed, Shimizu. And she's like, I like you. He's like, what? And he's like, and then she runs off, and then which Sensei finds out, and Sensei gets jealous, and he's like, you like younger girls, don't you? You're tired of me. You don't want me anymore. And he's like, no, I like you a lot, And so they basically become friends with benefits, or as he likes to say, sex friends, which was funny. He kind of acts like her puppy dog almost, and then Hinata finds out about this, and she's like, I know you've been messing around with Sensei. And he's like, no, I haven't. She's like, I can smell it on you. And she corners him in the bathroom. And he's like, you're gonna do what I say, or I'm gonna expose you and say you're a pervert to everybody. And he's like, no. And that's when Sensei shows up, and she basically takes Hinata and Shizumi back to her studio school, calligraphy school, and they go into the the dungeon area, which is like a sex dungeon. And she's like, you're gonna watch Hinata. So she ties him up. She ties her up, and she's like, you're gonna watch everything that we do. She's like, what? He's like, what? We're really gonna do this? And he's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, we're gonna do this. And so they do everything you can think of, and Hinata's like, oh my god, this happens. People do this. You put your mouth on that? That's one of the things she says. And so after that happens, something really interesting happens at the end of that. Hinata kind of becomes like a sex fiend almost. She becomes inspired by Sensei to go do things herself, but not with Shizumi, because Shizumi is with somebody, aka Sensei. Then later on, Sensei gets famous, and she becomes a TV personality for her really good calligraphy, and Shizumi basically becomes her assistant. And that's when things start to change within the story. We get more of a relationship aspect to the story. Shizumi, basically is like, I want things to change, I want us to be equals in this relationship instead of, you being basically the dominant one. I want an actual relationship. I just don't want this friends with benefits thing, which I thought was a really interesting turn. And she's like, okay, but you have to prove it to me. So basically, it flips the script, and he becomes the dominant one, and then she becomes the more of the submissive one, which was, it was kind of a shock, and then which leads into them forming a relationship, and basically ending up getting married, and living out their lives, which was I really enjoyed, seeing their weird relationship grow from just a fuck friend to a we really truly care about each other. That was I was not expecting that. But with Drawn by Brush, the first 5 chapters are that story, the main story, and then you get you get a lot of the extra stuff, which is a lot of different one-shots with different characters. I would show you, but then I would have to censor it. I will say I really enjoyed the artwork. There were times where I felt like it might have gone overboard. Some of the dialogue was funny. There was a point where I just busted out laughing during one particular sex scene where vagina farts were brought up, which I busted out laughing. I was like, oh my god, this is funny. You see how my personality or humor is very crass. But yeah, I thought it was very funny. This is very well drawn. You get a lot of story for what you pay for. You get a lot in it. This is a beefy book. I was very surprised. It's a very a very well made book as well. I really enjoy the pages are very high quality. It's very sturdy, and it actually has a dust cover on it. This is actually the dust cover. And then you get this is actually the cover on the inside, which is very nice. I really didn't know what to expect, and I didn't know if I was actually going to enjoy this. I really enjoyed the main story. It was really nice and very well done and tastefully done for most parts. And I felt like the one shots were okay. They weren't always, they were good, but they were just okay one shots. You really didn't get a lot into the deep dives into the characters like you do with the Drawn by Brush story. But for a first hentai manga, I would have to say I'm interested to see what else is out there. I don't know if I would buy one of these on a regular basis because of the fact that they are $20 a pop, and I hear some can be a little out there occasionally, and we don't always get an actual full story all the way through on a lot of them. I hear a lot of them are more like anthology series, which are okay. But I will say I did enjoy this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else is out there when it comes to hentai manga, because this was actually a lot of fun. I found myself really enjoying it. Here's actually some more of the artwork that is not censored. Well, that is censored, but And one thing that's nice is it's not censored. You get to see everything. And I mean everything. You don't even get black bars or anything, which is nice. The artwork is really good. As I flip through it and look through it right now, off the top of my head, But yeah, if you're looking for a fun series and you're looking to get into the hentai manga genre, Drawn by Brush is a really good start. Let me know down in the comment section down below whether or not you're into the hentai manga or not. You You can say I'm a pervert for liking this or reading this. I don't care. I enjoyed myself. I had a fun time. Anyways, thank you. Comment down below. Taku Mike out. Peace.